Welcome to episode 20 of Behind the Shield. Today we get the chance to talk to Spartan senior forward David Giuliani. Hello again, everybody. Scott Geitz joining you for another episode of Behind the Shield. Certainly excited to get a chance to talk to Dave, a guy who transferred in New York from Merrimack, who really made a significant impact on the team last year, earning first team All-CAC honors in addition to being selected an NABC scholar athlete as well. A great student as a biology major, and we'll talk about that during his interview. So stick around. After this commercial break, we'll have David Giuliani.
The results are in, and it's clear that our Spartan family really showed their love for York College this YCP Day of Giving. You played an integral role in helping us reach new heights. Thank you for your generosity. Gifts from donors like you make a difference in the lives of our students every single day. Your continued support is so important. Because YCP is a nonprofit, so much of the York College experience is a direct result of the generosity of our donors. This year's Day of Giving created opportunities for every current and future student by providing funding for scholarships, academic areas, and student life that tuition alone cannot cover. Thank you to the entire Spartan family, alumni, current students, parents, and friends of the college. We couldn't have done it without you.
Welcome back to episode 20 of Behind the Shield. Today, David Giuliani joins us. Dave, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
So we open up with the question we ask everybody. What have you been up to for the last couple months? How are you doing?
I haven't really been doing too much. The only thing, I'm in summer classes, so, everything's kind of closing down again now, obviously. So, I don't know. I haven't really had much opportunity to get out of the house. I've been doing class and working out in my basement. That's about it. Nothing too special.
So what classes are you taking now?
I took an economics class in the first half of summer, and right now I'm in a chem class.
Good times. Nothing like taking those summer classes. So, hey, wanted to congratulate you on the NABC honor, earning the academic accolades as a biology major. What do you want to do down the road? What do you see yourself doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to try my hand at medical school, actually. I had always grown up, and my parents are physical therapists. So I've always grown up thinking I was going to do something medical. And probably not even 3 months ago, I decided I might as well take 2 extra science classes and apply to PT school and medical school. Right now I'm leaning more the medical school route, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what grad schools I can get into and make a decision down the road.
That's awesome. You'll be great. Whatever you do, you'll be great. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about your transfer. You came from Merrimack. How did that all kind of come about? You obviously, Coach Hunter recruited you out of high school. You went away to school. What caused you to want to come back and attend York College?
So one of the big things was I really wanted to be closer to home. I'm from right outside of Philadelphia, and, Merrimack was in Boston. So that's a pretty big trek. I really never got to come home and see family and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And another contributing factor was Merrimack was moving up to the Division I level. And I wanted to play, I wanted to be one of the players, and I'm a 6'4", 5" man. That's not conducive to Division I basketball. I really don't think I would have gotten an opportunity. And so coming to York was a great opportunity for me as a player and as a student. It's got the total package. And along with that, I did a visit at York during my sophomore year before I decided to come during Thanksgiving break. So there was no other students. It was just me and the guys on the basketball team. And in that short, 5-6 hours that I was on campus and hanging around the guys, it was really evident that they wanted to be really good at basketball, but they also have goals for later in life. That was something that was huge for me. The culture and the like-minded players also played a huge factor in me deciding to transfer.
How important, we had a conversation with Coach Hunter earlier, And we talked a lot about culture. How important is it that it is a very players-driven culture? Like, you guys pretty much have taken it from Coach Hunter and run with it. How important is that to you as a player and as a person?
Well, especially for me. So I kind of took a leadership role this past year. And personally, that's like a huge step up. A lot of times I'm more mellow, kind of staying quiet, not typically voicing my opinion too much, just going with the flow. But the leadership role that I had been put into, the guys on the team look up to you, and you really have to own everything that you do, whether it's going to class or, getting good grades and on the court, making sure that you're doing the extra work, not just practice time, going, getting shots up, working on post moves, doing your lifting. It's really just, you look towards the older people to set the example. And that's what Coach Hunter has done a really great job of doing, is appointing those people who you should be looking up to and, rolling with that. So it's absolutely an awesome part of our culture that it's player driven.
How important was it for you to get that extra semester of being on the team? You transferred at the semester break. How beneficial was it for you to be able to have that semester in the program, on the floor, and then all of a sudden last summer, you feel probably a little bit more integrated? How was that for you, and how important was it for you?
It was huge, actually. Coming from a different school, every coach has their system, and things are done differently everywhere. So I came in that second semester knowing I wasn't going to play much, knowing that I just had to put the work in and do all that kind of stuff and learn a new system. And it really, I wouldn't have done it any other way. It was the best way to get integrated to the team. You become close with the guys. And then I really don't think without that past semester, I would have had as good a year this year. It was huge, just learning the ins and outs about the program and everything like that before you really get the opportunity to make an impact was absolutely huge.
How special was this year to get the opportunity to win a conference championship in our last year in the league, getting to go to the NCAA tournament again? What was it like as a player to be a part of that?
Oh, it was something special. There's something about winning with your really good friends, with your best friends. There's nothing that can compare to being one of the best teams in the country and, owning it. We walked in there. Nobody ever thought we were going to be that good. And preseason, every single one of us on the team knew we're going to go in there and we're going to beat everybody that we play. So, it was kind of that. We were at the beginning of the year, it was that little underdog mentality, and it really never went away. It felt like every game that we played in, we were the underdog, and we just owned it, and we beat a lot of teams, a lot of really good teams too.
That trip first we got to make 2 trips to Ohio, which obviously for me was a lot of fun. But how was it to go out that first time to Ohio and play a team like Marietta, who was really good? It was a great basketball game. It was back and forth, and really what a college basketball game should be. What do trips like that do for a team? You're together for 4 days, you're hanging out. It's a lot of fun. What does that do for a team in terms of progression as the year goes along?
It's literally, besides basketball, it's just a bonding trip. You get to spend all day with these guys. And for basketball, we're there all winter break. So we're all we got, we're like as close as you can be to one another. And that only adds benefit when you're on the court, because it doesn't matter. Like our team this year, it didn't matter who had the good game, as long as we won, there was no ego. We all wanted the best for everybody. So it was, it's kind of one of those things.
Well, and it was interesting, and watching it from the outside a little bit, it seems like you guys just loved playing together. Like you just loved being around each other. Was that the case?
Absolutely. Off the court, we're best friends, and on the court, we're best friends who win basketball games. There's nothing better than that.
That's a very good way to put it. Very good way to put it. Now, turning the page to next year, you lose 4 really good players and 4 really good people. what do you look forward to the most as we get ready for next year? First of all, I'm sure you look forward to maybe as close to normal a year as we can have first. But in terms of, what are you expecting out of this group of guys?
So I know we lost a lot of scoring, we lost a lot of minutes, but that gives a huge opportunity for the younger guys to step up and fill those roles that we need them to fill. We have some extremely talented underclassmen who are going to do big things in this league. And, I think we could really have a strong team next year. A lot of the guys on our team who didn't get to play much, they're really, really good players. And, we had All-Americans in front of them. We had great seniors. But I think this next year we're going to have a really good opportunity to make a splash in the MAC.
Is it nice for you, because being from Philly, we got a lot of MAC schools that are in that area. How nice is that for you to be able to have family be even closer?
My family is so excited about it. The furthest game for my family to go to is actually going to our home games at York. So they're going to love it.
Yeah, that's good. That's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the things that you anticipate maybe being a little bit of a challenge for this team this year? Obviously, we're not really sure what's going on in terms of season and, with COVID and everything seems to be a little uncertain. What are some of the challenges you might have to face as you get ready for the year?
Basketball wise, or?
Yeah, I think basketball and in general, with classes and things just being unlike probably anything that we have experienced to this point.
Yeah. So, basketball wise, if we do have the season, which I really hope we do, I think one of the things towards the beginning of the year that's going to be a struggle is our lack of experience, but those are, once you get comfortable in those first couple of games, it's like a switch, everything just turns around for you. And then besides that, school-wise, just staying on top of our classes, like remote classes for me especially, I struggled with them.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like doing Zoom classes.
You are not the only one. I have a college sophomore in my house who did not enjoy them at all. So I completely commiserate with that.
It's really difficult. I mean, it's really, really difficult. But if we can, just get everybody on the team to stay up to date with their classes, and that stuff will figure itself out. The only thing that I'm really concerned about would be the first few games of the season, trying to get those more inexperienced guys integrated into the lineup and getting them comfortable.
You talked about some of the guys who are really good and have an opportunity to be good as younger guys. How important was it last year that they were there during practice and being competitive? Because I think one of the things that I've noticed with our teams that have been really good for us have super competitive practices. Was that the case for you guys?
Absolutely. I mean, our starting five would play against them. We'd be on defense and they'd be on offense, and we'd have trouble stopping them. There were days in practice where they just killed us. Everything that they did, we couldn't stop. They're just a really talented group of guys who I think are going to be really, really good.
Have you guys been able to keep in touch with each other? Because, everybody's kind of scattered about. What are some of the ways that you guys have kept in touch?
I'm close with, Travis Stoll and people like that. I'm really close with those group of guys, but all of us, we're in a group chat with each other that we always have stuff going on in that. I've made phone calls to a bunch of guys on the team. A couple of us have a little obsession with the stock market, so we're always talking about trading stocks and options and stuff like that. There's a lot of other ways that we talk besides just basketball, and it's good.
And it seems like, even though we lose this, that there's a lot of optimism around this team and around this group of guys. Is it something that's does that come from coach? Does that kind of come from you guys? Is it kind of a dual thing where it's coming from both areas?
It's absolutely a dual thing, because if you asked anybody last year, I was not, even at the beginning of this year, I am, not the most positive. I'm an angry basketball player. I do things in an angry way to get them done. And, my whole perspective has kind of flipped spending so much time with Coach Hunter, we've had a lot of conversations about how we have to be positive, So I think, especially in this time that we're in right now with all the uncertainty, having those conversations with him and, everybody else in the team being more positive attitudes, more positive outlooks on things, it's definitely been good, because I don't know how well I'd be doing if I had a negative attitude sitting here on a Zoom call for this interview.
Yeah, I can certainly understand that. I'd like to talk about Coach Hunter for a little bit. He's one of the guys I've really enjoyed working with. How important is he to you in terms of the leadership example that he sets, the kind of person that he is, and really essentially the family that he has been able to create with your college basketball?
I mean, it's something special. There's not a lot of coaches out there that I think could do what he's doing. He truly cares about every single one of his players, and it shows. I talk to him a couple times a week, and it's always just, small talk, but we're talking about big things like expectations and my future and stuff that at my old school, our coaches wouldn't have talked to us about. Yeah. They were concerned with winning basketball games, and here I'm concerned about your life, so that's huge. That's actually something really special that a lot of places can't say that they have.
Well, and I've always noticed too, I think with him, he asked you guys to do things that some coaches either wouldn't or would not expect you guys to do it, but you'll do it because he cares. Is that a pretty accurate assessment?
Absolutely. I mean, there's nothing better than knowing that he's always rooting for you. It's almost like an extension of your parents, because he's hard on us. He can give us a tough time about everything pretty much, and there's no talking back. We're going to do it because we respect him so much, and we know that every interest that he has is our best interest.
And I think too, that's how great programs are. I think great programs are, that he's willing to do anything for you, which allows you to do anything for him, which I think is awesome. So, well, Dave, hey, I appreciate you stopping by. It's been a lot of fun catching up. I can't wait till you are strolling through the Grumbacher Center and I see you out in the court, or you're in the office suite, because man, it's been way too long. We need to be able to get back, and hopefully that we'll be allowed to do that here in the next couple of weeks. But I thank the time for taking to do this interview. And, you got to get out in the golf course a little bit more. You got to keep playing.
I'm going to try. I got a lot of work to do, but I'll try to make it out there more times.
There you go. All right. Dave, thanks for joining us. Take care, and we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
At York College, we are proud of the fact that we have over 30 cultures and 30 countries represented among our campus community. We not only are proud of that fact, we celebrate the unique perspective and differences that each and every person on this campus brings to us. So on behalf of all of us at York College, I want you to know that you are welcomed here.
Tu eres bienvenido aquí. Vous êtes bien reçu ici. You're very welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Você está bem-vindo aqui.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
You're welcome here.
معكم رقية آل الشيخ من كلية يورك في بنسلفانيا. أنتم مرحب بكم هنا. We are welcome.
From day one at York College of Pennsylvania, you are welcome here.
I want to thank David Giuliani for joining us on this episode of Behind the Shield. Certainly great to catch up with Dave and see what he's up to during quarantine. Certainly sounds very excited to get back to campus and be with his teammates and get ready for the 2021 Spartan basketball season. We'll join you next week with a set of fresh episodes. We look forward to seeing you. Until then, please stay safe, stay healthy, and go Spartans.